everyone. The iPad 10th generation, in my opinion, is such a good device in so many different ways, and I definitely do think it's 100% worth buying, probably for the majority of people. But let's go and see how this iPad holds up in the later part of 2023. Now, the first thing I'll tell you is, with this particular iPad, not phone, it is pretty much the best baseline iPad you can buy, but I don't think it's the best value per dollar. Meaning that if you're planning on buying the iPad 10, there might be some other iPads that you could probably buy that might be a little bit better off for a lot of people out there. Now, what I mean by this is that the iPad 10 right now is $449. You can buy it in the used market for a little bit cheaper, but you can buy an iPad Air 5 probably for cheaper or the same price in the used market as the iPad 10 brand new. So you might as well go for that iPad than something like the iPad Air, the iPad 10 in my opinion. Now, this iPad has been out for like almost a year now, and not a lot of things have changed with it on the exterior as you could have imagined. It has that same 10.9-inch liquid retina display. Still has a very good display for the most part, True Tone as well. Pretty thick bezels, but all the iPads kind of have it, so it's not really, you're not really missing out on anything. On top of that, you have that USB Type-C port on the bottom, which is nice. Standard flat sides around it, which is always very, very cool to have. And on the back side, you have your flat back with that camera setup. So at least on the outside, it still holds up well. We really haven't gotten too many newer iPads this year. I think we got the newer iPad Pros, but beyond that, there really hasn't been too much development from the iPad lineup this specific year yet. Maybe we could have one more event later on this month or later on this year, but so far the iPad 10 is the latest and greatest. We did get the next Apple Pencil though, or a cheaper version of the Apple Pencil before, and this was something that was very, very crazy because this is actually supported on the iPad 10. This kind of signifies this is the first iPad that's supported on two different Apple Pencils, which is pretty crazy. The Apple Pencil 1 and the Apple Pencil USB-C. Please buy the USB-C Apple Pencil for this thing. Do not buy the Apple Pencil 1 for this thing anymore. But I will tell you, this iPad still holds up very, very well from a lot of different things. Although it's not a good deal in my opinion, the iPad 9 is a much better deal. It's still a very decent iPad for what you're getting. So for one, I do think with this type of device, you're still getting a very good hardware built phone. So that's something that's very important. If you're wanting a device that basically has that best, version of software, this is going to be the one that's going to be a little bit better, probably for a vast majority of people. Now, the other thing that I've kind of seen personally was that with this type of device, you're actually getting, in my opinion, once again, a very, very good software experience. So within iPadOS 17, you were getting so many features and so many small little things here and there that kind of make this a better deal. So when I look at this, that's kind of a big thing that stands out to me. And if you're wanting a phone that's going to be giving you a better experience, this is probably going to be the one, in my opinion, because it's going to be one of the better iPads. It has that Apple A14 Bionic chip inside of it, and it also has 4 gigabytes of RAM. That's kind of a decent, device, hardware to have on a device like this when it's still giving you so much, power and so much stuff from that specific perspective, which I think is really cool. So that right there is another very, very awesome thing. Now, on top of that, I will tell you, it's not a perfect iPad. There's definitely flaws with it, like I mentioned. I feel like the iPad Air 5 in the used market is a much better deal than this thing. And I don't really feel like this is even that much better of an iPad coming from the iPad 9. But I still think overall, it's a very, very decent iPad that what you're getting. And I think it's pretty much completely worth buying for a lot of people out there. Like I said, it's not perfect, but I think if you're wanting an iPad that's still supported with software that's going to give you a pretty good time, this is probably going to be one of those iPads that pretty much covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.